What's going on, everyone? Welcome back. Today we're headed back into the Championship Series meta, where we're going to try out a Pokemon that got double buffed that I haven't seen too many people trying out just yet. This Pokemon, of course, is going to be Swanna, getting both Gust and Aqua Jet here buffed on its moveset. The thing about this thing is, while it is a very squishy Pokemon, it has a lot of fast pressure thanks to Gust. Its pacing isn't even all that bad thanks to Aqua Jet. Fly hits like a truck as well. This thing gets shields guaranteed, or if your opponents no-shield them, it gets knockouts so quickly. I'm going to pair it up with Miltank as well as Shadow Duat. I like the looks of this team, and I'm excited to see it in action. But real quick, before we get into the battles, I want to ask if you're not subscribed to the channel, please consider doing so. Helps out quite a bit, and I'd really appreciate it. But yeah, let's get into the battles and see what this team can do. Alright, we are gonna see our first opponent of the day, Swanna, up against a Duat. That's actually one of the best matchups we can see here. We wall this thing pretty hard. I don't even know if there's like a random coverage move they could have here that would be all that good against us. We see a safe swap of a Grumpig. I have my Duat here. Duat's best matchup is obviously against the Psychic types, so using Fury Cutter as well as X-Scissor. And hopefully here, we're going to be able to put in a lot of just work in this matchup to guarantee Switch, but also if I don't win Switch, like, I mean, I'd have to have messed up pretty hard to not win Switch, but like, if I don't win Switch, that's still fine, because if shields go down, I have Thunderbolt on my Miltank, which would do so much damage to that Duat as well. Okay, and we just see a no-shield there. That's fine by me. I mean, they don't want to take an X-Scissor, do they? I mean, maybe they do. They are setting up a shield advantage for the backline, which could be a little bit scary depending on what's back there, but I still have 2 full Pokemon left, and this X-Scissor does so much that's crazy. Do I get my next Aqua Tail? Oh my goodness, Duat! Okay, was that even a CMP? It might have been. If that was the CMP, they're in a lot of trouble. If it wasn't, then I guess we'll see. They shield? Okay, they're just farming us down. And in the back is a Hypno. As long as they don't have Focus Blast here, I should be in a pretty good spot. Looks like instantly throwing is good timing for us, so that's what I'm going to do. We saved a little bit of HP on our Duat, and what I need to make sure right now is I want to not, like, shield my Miltank, just because Thunder Punch on Hypno could potentially do a lot more damage than anything from the other guy, or, like, from this into Miltank, unless they do have freaking Focus Blast. They're building up 1,000,000 energy. Why are they doing that? Do they actually have it? Imagine a world where they Focus Blast me, but I'm gonna be honest, right now I don't think it matters. Like, if they have Focus Blast, I think my Swanna still closes out the game from here. So, Miltank, if you get blasted, I'm so sorry, but I'm not shielding you right now. And they just choose to throw on bad timing, I guess. I do kind of wonder, some Hypnos are running, like, Psyshock, even. I think that's not a bad play. No, it's Thunder Punch here, and we survive the next one as well. Oh, yeah, they're in trouble. I just let this go. It will knock out my Miltank, but I can farm them down here, probably get just an Aqua Jet loaded, and then that Hypno, despite having a charge attack, I mean, I still have his shield, and I'll just win CMP anyway. Yeah, they survive on 1 HP, which, well, I guess it's good that they get this charge attack off. It's also just good for us that we end up getting that extra gust of energy to get the Aqua Jet loaded. Not that we really need it. Honestly, we're in such a good spot here no matter what. We have the Aqua Jet, though. We'll just throw it here, and we can knock out the poor Hypno. Alright, well, we kind of RPS in this game, I'm not gonna lie, but I'll take it. I'll obviously take it. I'm not opposed to doing that. Alright, Swanna into Galarian Weezing. Okay, I mean, this is kind of alright. I have a lot of neutral fast food pressure here. They do outpace us, but I should survive 1 attack at the very least. And I think at this point, getting rid of this for my Duat, or at least just tipping this down, is gonna be pretty nice. They're at 5 right now, so either a Brutal Swing or a Sludge being thrown. Probably a Sludge, but Brutal Swing is a little bit quicker, so I guess that's what they choose to do. But I'm fine with that. Because while that is cheaper, we have to keep in mind here that I'm able to get so much chip damage off with my fast attacks. I'm going to switch out into Duat here. They're going to be in Aqua Tail range. And if you get an energy lead on a Duat, it gets really tricky to counter. They're at 6. It's likely a Brutal Swing here, right? But I think it's still worth the shield right now. Oh, okay. Well, I guess they Sludge. That's even better. What is this? Sylveon? Okay. That's fine to see. They're at 4, so they're at a Psyshock here with 1 more Fairy Wind, or 2 away if they have another, or if they go for that for a Shadow Ball. 6. Alright, they actually just let us get this attack off. Now, I'm not quite sure if this knocks out here. I would love it if it does, or if they just shield this up, that would also be nice. Ah, I shouldn't have thrown that then. I should have, like, over-farmed so I could get more farm out of this. We're still not in an unplayable spot, but that's slightly inefficient by me that I did that. Now we have to go down his shield without, like, getting a huge farm like I could have. ABA Fairy. Okay, well, that's also bad. I should have CMP'd. I'm throwing a little bit now. Okay, this is on me. I should have been able to get his shield here. And if I did, that would have been clutch. But I also didn't want to give them too much of an over farm. I feel like it's just a... Okay, it's actually... Okay. Not a Grumpig in the back line, unfortunately. Yeah, honestly, that probably would have been better to see Grumpig, because Dynamic Punch here from a Kecleon after the Sucker Punches will knock us out. This one was not well played by me. I think what I should have honestly done this game, there's no way I win this one. I think what I should have done is I should have stayed in the lead a little bit longer and forced more energy out of that Weezing, but that's just me misplaying there. Oh, Kecleon in the lead this time. You know, I don't think this is a terrible lead matchup here, at least like in the one shield matchup, because, well, I do get one shot by a Thunder Punch. I should be able to win CMP and just get 2 Aqua Jets off. Oh, well, I was going to go for the charge attack. I guess I didn't click it, but I get a full Gust sneak there. That is a lot of energy to give over for free. Should be at 2 right now? 3, 4. Did they just catch? What did they catch on? Blastoise? All right. That's a good catch by them. I guess I should have thrown the fly. I'm going to come in with my Duat here, though, because at this point, I can bank a lot of energy, and if they have Skull Bash, then I can probably just shield that up. 6. X's are here. And again, I don't know quite my Shadow Duat ranges. Is this enough to knock out? I would love it if it did. 1 Fury Cutter, please! Okay, we actually sniped him down. That's big. Getting that snipe down there means now they're in a really awkward spot. They got nothing done with that Blastoise, basically. Alright, I'm fine shielding this up at this point. I'm going to overfarm a lot of energy here. I have an Aqua Jet on my Swanna. I have a Miltank in the backline that has not seen the battle just yet, and I'm going to get a lot of energy here. We are taking some Sucker Punch damage, so we'll see again what's going to be in the backline and play it by ear. Big Aqua Tail. Oh, we get a shield? Okay. I mean, if they shield this one up, they're in a lot of trouble, because then my Swanna gets either a Fly or an Aqua Jet into something, and then I have Miltank in the back. Okay. Well, don't I just get to an X-Scissor here if I stay in? Hold on, this is even better, actually. I like where this is going. I'm pretty sure this game is over at this point. Does X-Scissor knock out? I would love to see a one-shot right now. Nah, so I have to actually come in here. I will have to show my third Pokemon, probably, and that is a little bit tragic. But I think that's fine. Sometimes you have to show 3 Pokemon in a game. Aqua Jet here easily gets the knockout. And, I mean, while they might get a Thunder Punch off, I still have my Miltank that, while we're also weak to Dynamic Punch, it doesn't one-shot us. It does, like, 50, 60% to us. It's not even that bad. Honestly, maybe I could bring in Duat here and go for a Fury Cutter down, but I don't want to do that. Give them 2 Dynamic Punches and then lose, so we'll just roll out down, and we'll get the win that way. All right, next opponent. We will see Swanna into Ninetales. Very neutral lead. Best thing about this is I don't hate whittling down this Pokemon just because my backline, while neutral to it, I'm doing resisted Fury Cutter damage on my Samurott, right? Or my Duat, rather. So it is still a little bit awkward. I'm going to let this go. It could be a Dazzling Gleam, but I feel like they always go straight Weather Ball here. Yeah, big Weather Ball. And now I'm going to go for a Fly on what could be a CMP, but looks like they do Overfarm. Fly is going to do a lot of damage if they let it through. And if they shield this up, I'm going to switch out. Okay. We'll just go for the Rollout Sneak, it looks like. That Rollout might even be enough damage to knock him out here, which would be really nice. But I'm not quite sure. Weather Ball puts us into range where if they have a Grumpig in the back line, they probably can go for 1 Dynamic Punch and knock us out. Who would have thought a Grumpig in this meta? Shocker. Alright, they're at, what, 10 right now? And that is fine. I have my Duat in the backline that hopefully is going to close out this game. Oh, they let us get another Body Slam off. That's nice of them. So they're at 17. They can get to back-to-back attacks here, I guess. 18. Well, they don't get quite there. Dynamic probably knocks us out from this range, yeah. I could go for a catch here, but it's so risky. I don't know exactly when they'd want to throw him. And I feel like at this point, going for the full farm down here at least gives me enough of an energy lead that I could still be in a decent spot in the back line. Okay, that's actually kind of odd. Their own Duat comes in. I do have some energy on Swanna, but I don't know if I have enough. 13. I'm going to just go for the crazy play here, and that's called Instantly Aqua Tail. Because why not? At this point, they might be in farm down range. I'm just going to shield this up and force fast move pressure here, potentially. If another Gust knocks out, I force a second move out of them. And if it doesn't, then that could be dicey. Okay, okay. We have to go for fast move pressure now. Dude, Gust does so much damage. I mean, I know it's such a good move nowadays, but it is crazy to see its damage output, right? Can we get the farm down before an Aqua Tail? We can. Now I think we definitely farm down the Grumpig, right? Let's go. Duat in the backline. And honestly, Swanna at 1 HP actually putting in some work. That right there is, I guess, why non-Shadow Swanna could be maybe a little bit better in some spots, at least, than the Shadow. All right, next opponent. We'll see Swanna into Shadow Pidgeot. Okay, well, Battle of the Gust users, I suppose. I want to get this thing out of here, so that way I don't have to deal with it with my Duat. So that should be, hopefully, good. Did we just win CMP? Did they go for a Twister? I mean, I would imagine they did if they threw right then. It could be an Air Cutter, too. I know that's one of the moves that you might run on this Pokemon. And since if it is on Air Cutter, they outpace us, I'm going to let this go. Because I also take, well, I mean, I take a lot of damage, but I take less damage still than I would otherwise. Okay, that's only another Air Cutter. I'm fine with that. I have a full Body Slam loaded. We don't know what they have in the backline. They are desyncing the switch clock as we speak. Hypno. Okay. Hypno is not the strongest counter to Miltank in the game. It's not as bad for Miltank as Grumpig would be, just because they don't have Dynamic Punch. What's a Shadow Hypno at that? Okay, that's kind of cool. But I know at this point I should survive an attack here. Okay, they give me a full sneak. That is odd. If this is a Psyshock, I would get knocked out. Ice Punch? What the heck? What kind of coverage is that? 5. Unfortunately, here they will knock us out with this move, with that confusion. So I'm going to go for the Thunderbolt. Just guarantee as much damage as we can here. Wait, what? Are they just going for fast move pressure this game? I mean, they can get like 2 more Gusts into us with that Pidgeot. But what's in the backline? Okay. Well, it's doing a lot of fast move pressure to us right now, and that is kind of scary. But depending on what's in the back, I might still have some play. I have a lot of energy here, right? And 2 shields, and they shield that. Uh-oh. I don't know if I have what it takes at this point to win. Sucker Punches might just do too much. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to switch to Swanna and hope that I can get to another move, but I don't know if I can. They throw energy here. Man, like, I have to shield this and hope that I survive 4 Sucker Punches, which, honestly, maybe I do. If I can, Swanna is the GOAT. Swanna, please? Swanna? Okay, I guess you survive. I'm 2 away, right? 2 away from an Aqua Tail with my Duat. So, I should easily just get that attack off. Unless I lag a turn, then I get sniped down by a Gust somehow. Yeah, Swanna! Oh my goodness. That was clutch. I gotta say, I was not expecting to win that one. But I guess it's a little bit bulkier than I thought. I know it's really squishy, but it's got a bit of bulk to it, and that's all that matters. Alright, next opponent. Kazim, very good battler. Swanna into Grumpig. Okay, I mean, we outpaced them before they reach a Shadow Ball here. And honestly, getting this out of the way for my Miltank is not bad. So, I don't hate that. I'm going to build up here, because I don't think an Aqua Jet would quite knock out just yet. So I might as well. I'm almost at back-to-back Aqua Jets here, so we'll see how they play it out. They Dynamic Bait, which makes some sense. Okay. Oh, I'm glad I went for the Fly. I am very glad I went for the Fly here. I just went for the Fly because I didn't know if an Aqua Jet would knock out the Grumpig from that range. But that's really good. I can just make a lot more energy here. Catch on my Miltank. And, I mean, you get a farm down, which should be kind of helpful at the very least. I did enough fast move pressure to that, the Grumpig that they should be in range where a couple of Body Slams would actually start threatening a lot of HP. I stored a lot of energy on Swanna. They should be at a Shadow Ball right now on the Grumpig, right? You bring it back in. Oh, but they throw really quickly here. All right. Interesting. This should knock us out, right? I think it would. Yeah, okay. I'm going to bring in my Duat quickly. At this point, I want to get as much energy as I can. Okay. Interesting game. Gonna be a very interesting game. I have a lot of energy on Swanna, But I don't know if we ever get his shield on an Aqua Tail here. Yeah, no. 8. Okay, I think I have a plan here. 9. I think I'm one gust away from another attack here. This is going to get so dicey. I think I do have to shield this up, unfortunately. And they might just Psywave us down now. Okay? Is that... Ah! That's a smart play. I think I have to undercharge this, actually. I don't know. Really good play. I didn't expect the switch clock to be back up just yet. Alright, do I get Fairy Winded down? No, but I think they have enough energy to probably get to a Sludge against my Duat in the back line, right? They can just Brutal Swing here, and a Sludge might just be enough to knock us out. Yeah, oh man, is Sludge gonna KO us from here? It's a non-Shadow Wheezing at the very least. But I don't know, I don't think we have the bulk here. No. Dang it. Okay, well played to them. Honestly, I was in a pretty good spot there for part of the game. I just needed more energy on my Miltank, honestly, and then maybe I had a better chance. Alright, next opponent. We'll see Swanna into Shadow Celio. I haven't seen a lot of Celios in this meta. That's kind of cool, actually. With that said, I think Swanna here can at least get a shield in the Zero Shield matchup, because Gust does a lot of damage. Body Slam is non-stab. But they throw instantly, okay. So they're at 3 Gust worth, so 5, so they're just dry, and they're 4 away from the next, counting with Axon. I could go for a bait here, but I'm not doing it. I could do it, but I'm not. They're at 4. Okay, honestly, if they let that go, I'm just going to let go of my Swanna. At least I was going to. A little bit of extremely slow swap in by me, but this is maybe still fine, because Grumpig getting on my Duat's really good for us. I don't like Grumpig. I don't like its little mischievous look. But what I do like is getting my Duat into it. And maybe they try to no-shield an Aqua Tail bait. Either way, just getting these Fury Cutters against them will be pretty good damage. That Celio did bank a Body Slam, though. Keep that in mind. They bring in the final Pokemon, though it's a Florges. Or... Okay. I have some energy on my Swanna. I'm like 1 gust away from another move. I think I could survive 2 Fairy Winds, but I think that's about it. 5. I mean, they have to Trailblaze here, right? Which would be a pretty smart play, honestly. They do. And we'll go for the Body Slam spam and hope for the best. They did ramp up their attack, which is a little bit scary. But I likely force them out here to try to go for a catch or like a CMP sack swap at some point. 6. I survive whatever they throw here. They, for some reason, no-shield of that, which means they... I don't know, are they going to Trailblaze again? They actually do. Okay. And this is so interesting. Don't they have... Wait, do they have a Surf loaded on the Celio? If they do, that could be kind of bad. Filling water. Okay. I get my next move off here. This game's going to get so dicey depending on what happens, like how they play it out. Okay, wait, I just get this move off? But they do have that energy on the Celio, which I don't know if I can... I don't know if I can beat that. I could try to go for, like, a catch here. But if I go for a catch, I could just guarantee losing the game. I don't want to guarantee a loss. I might be able to guarantee a tie here. It's gonna maybe be a win or a tie. Or a loss or a tie, rather. It's a tie. We'll take the tie. Next battle. We're gonna see Swanna into Duat. Well, this is what we wall on paper, although we're a squishy Pokemon, so walling anything isn't as comfortable as you'd think it would be. Grumpig save swap, love to see that. Alright. And they go for a Dynamic Punch here. Out as quickly as they can. Now, I do have to go for an X-Scissor if I want to knock them out before they get to their next attack here. So we'll go for the X-Scissor on... Oh, it wasn't CMP. But I do overfarm as much as I really can to make sure that I have energy for the backline if they do let it go. They do let it go. Okay. This is going to be an interesting game because they did bait out my Duat. If there's a second Psychic type in the backline, like a Hypno, could be a little bit harder to deal with. Likely we see the Duat come back in, though, right? Yeah. Go for the X's are here. Is that a CMP? It might have been on, like, an Aqua Tail. But it's not like Swanna's even that bad, necessarily, into a Hypno if it had to see that matchup. They're going to go for the Aqua Tail, it looks like, so we should survive this. Actually, no, that's a lie. I'm a Shadow. We're going to get knocked out. Anyway, that's all their energy down the drain. And the backline is a Hypno. Wow. Crazy stuff. Double Psychic in this meta. Okay. We can actually make this kind of awkward for them with the timing. They're at 5. So they have access to a Thunder Punch. They're 1 off the back-to-back Thunder Punch. 6. Imagine if they have Focus Blast. I keep on, like, every time I see Hypno, I wonder, because I have been Focus Blasted once in this meta. Oh, they shield that, okay. Honestly, if they have Focus Blast, I think we win the game with that shield. Because then my Swanna probably just gets to 2 Aqua Jets. It's just a Thunder Punch, though. 8. Alright, well, I mean, at this point, they're at 5 in total. 1 away from back-to-back Thunder Punches here. Try to catch, smart play, but I mean, Hypno trying to catch against a Miltank is such a hard thing to do. It's a 3-turn into a 4-turn move, so he saw it coming, and luckily, we get the win. Oh, yikes. Well, that's scary. I am technically ABA weak to electric type damage. Not even technically, like, just straight up I am. Oh, but, like, that's fine, maybe. Kind of surprised Azumarill is your counter swap into a Miltank. If I get some shields down, or like a shield advantage, I mean, it's not even like Fury Cutter on my Duat doesn't do a lot to that Raichu anyway. Man, that basically 2 shots there. That's good to know. 7, could be a Hydro Pump. Would you run Hydro Pump in this meta? I mean, maybe you would. I wouldn't be surprised about that, but I think we survive it anyway. Okay, they're at 1. 2. I mean, I think we just straight up flip this matchup. I haven't seen a lot of Azus in this format, but it is one of the bulkiest Pokemon around. 3 rollouts knockout. Ah. That's sad. If it did, I could have got that full farm down, and that would have been kind of huge. Now, instead, what they're probably going to do here is they probably just come back and Raichu and try to farm us down. Oh, but getting the 1 cycle here for this Body Slam is pretty nice. That's going to set up a potential endgame here, where maybe a shield advantage on my Duat can do something. Oh, they let that go. Okay, well, what is this team? I'm so confused. Yeah, we're probably gonna lose this one. This is like the most RPS team I've ever seen. Like, what does it do? And why is it here? I mean, I have to shield my way through this. I know my Fury Cutters add up more than you'd expect, but, it's still not good at all. 9... I mean, can I ever catch a Twister? Can I ever catch a Twister on my Swanna? That could be helpful. You get a shield there, okay. They just go for the shield on that. That's a really smart play. Because now I have to watch for, like, they could just snipe us down with that Raichu at any moment. They just wait a turn to do it. Yeah, that's so bad. Volt switches are gonna chunk after a Trailblaze. Oh, wait, they Thunder Punch? I mean, that's still really bad for us, but, you know, at least it's not gonna make it so these Volt Switches two-shot us. It doesn't matter. They have back-to-back Thunder Punches, basically, already, so, yeah, that's as RPS of a game as it really gets. Raichu, I don't think it's a good Pokemon in this meta. Very good into us there, unfortunately. So, that's sad. Next opponent. Great, 20. I guess they must be placing pretty high here. Shadow Weezing, okay. Not a bad Pokemon for Swanna to see. Although, this is like a very, quick matchup. We both do a lot of damage to each other, right? They instantly go for a Sludge here. So they're at 5. I can count. That hurts, but we do survive. 6. So right now they're at, like 3 away from the next Sludge or Brutal Swing. I'm going to switch out here. I don't want to give a big farm down. They have it now. They're at 4. I'm going to shield this up. Duat up energy is generally pretty strong in the meta, so we'll see if that's the case this time. They sludge, so they're going to be 5 away from another sludge. Okay. Luminion comes in, of all things. Not exactly the Pokemon I would have expected to see swapped into a Duat, but we'll see what we can do here. Can I ever, like, switch out, or even just knock him out here? Wait. Am I crazy, or is that just an Aqua Tail? I might just be crazy. Maybe I miscounted, but I think I do survive a Silver Wind if they... No, that is just an Aqua Tail. I'm glad I wasn't crazy. Alright, I'm going to go for 2 and throw this X-Scissor, just because at this point, if they let this go, I don't want to take that damage, and if they shield, they can't farm us down before I get another move anyway. So, yeah, we get the knockout there. If they come back in Wheezing, I have the move just about ready to go. Oh, well, I guess I should have gone for the X-Scissor here, but Feraligatr comes in, which is also not bad for Miltank. I really should have gone for the X-Scissor, though. I kind of figured Wheezing would come in. Oh, it's a Shadow Gator. Okay. Honestly, that Fast Food pressure, or that Charge Attack pressure, rather, kind of puts them into Body Slam range. I'm going to shield the first here. It does more than anything that Wheezing could throw into us. And they should be dry now. So 5 away from their next attack. I just want to build up a lot of energy, I think. Okay. I am very fine with this, I think. I need this Pokemon gone, actually. How fine am I with this? I'm very fine. That does a lot of damage. So now we just win. Miltank just spams out Body Slams way too quickly. I was kind of worried there for a second that if I couldn't roll out down, and they got a Brutal Swing off into us, then this Hydro Cannon might knock us out. But now we got the full farm down before they got to a move. We have access to a lot of energy here. The first Body Slam's not going to get the knockout because they have a shield, but the second one should. And, I mean, even if it doesn't, we still have some Fury Cutter or Gust damage we could land. They shield that just for fun. We have the next one ready. This game would have been so much easier if I would have just X-Scissored this. I'm just going to put that out there, but it's fine. We don't need to go for the optimal play. Sometimes you just have to go for the play that works, and I guess that was it. Finally, next opponent. I don't know why we're getting Q times at this point in this season, but it happens. All right, Shadow Galarian Weezing. Pretty neutral lead matchup here. Although they can outpace us, my Gust damage hurts quite a bit. So we'll see how they play it out. 5. I'll let this first one go. I know a Sledge doesn't one-shot us. And at this point, I mean, my Gust damage is going to put them down pretty low. Okay, well, they caught on Feraligatr. Why do people keep catching on me? It's not nice. But, I mean, Aqua Jet still hurts. Although it's, like, really unnecessary chip when I have a Miltank, right? I guess I should be waiting turns here. That would be the smart play. 7. Okay, so they're going to be at the next move here in just a second. Like, 2 more Shadow Claws and they reach it. So I'm actually just going to instantly Thunderbolt. I want to guarantee a shield or a knockout as quickly as I can, just because I don't want to take another move without forcing something out of them. I don't want to be really low on HP for nothing. And okay, we get a shield. That's fine by me, because we still survive this next move, right? And they should be dry now. They should be 5 away from the next attack. I should be able to guarantee another shield or a knockout here with my next attack. Okay. Or we see a Grumpig come in. And this is going to be an interesting game. I get the Body Slam off first. They're at 4 on Grumpig. So, can I ever Fury Cutter this down? 12, 13, okay. They're at 1. I don't think I can Fury Cutter down, but I should be able to leverage a pretty big energy lead here. And with the chip damage that we got into the Weezing, we should be in a good spot. Alright. Well, Aqua Tail here, right when they get their next Dynamic Punch, we want to guarantee that this move should be able to knock them out. Because we want them not to get our second shield first. Okay, well, if they shield there, then that's also really fine by me. I have the 2 moves loaded. How low is that Weezing? That's the big question. Are they going to be in Aqua Tail range? If they are, this is good. Oh, they bring back in the Gator? I feel like that's a bit of a misplay. It's like, now, doesn't that bypass any catch opportunity they would have had? I guess if this doesn't knock them out, this could be bad. But I think it does, right? Yeah, so we just get the Aqua Tail into them. Oh, and they're so low after my Gusts. This should just be enough. Okay, that was an odd game for the first half of it. Nice catch by them, but luckily Duat just kind of sweeps the backline when it gets that many shields in its favor. I think with that, it's a 2-2-1 set. It's a literally even set here. Although I gain Elo on it. I guess I must have got some pretty big up pairs. Man, this team worked out pretty well here today. I know that Swanna is a little bit of a squishy Pokemon, maybe kind of hard to make work in the most part, but in this format, it's a Pokemon that has a lot of offensive pressure, and your opponents have to respect it. So honestly, it worked out way better than I thought it would. But yeah, thank you for watching, take care, and we'll see you in the next one.